Welcome back to the 2019 Volleyball Canada National Championships 14U boys category here in Halifax, Nova Scotia at the Canada Games Centre. Now, hopefully you guys are all tuned in because this is a bonus match for you guys. We had to have both the finals webcast, so we have the Spartans taking on the Lynx. This is your gold medal 14U boys matchup here. A little bit late of a start time, so if you know people who want to see this game, make sure to text at them, email them, call them, tell them to tune in because we have got the whole game on for you here. And it looks like we're going to get started off here with the Lynx side. This is number 21, Godin with the serve. Float serve. That ball is passed up by Gallagher. There's a tip in the middle from Huggard. Free ball over. Charlton with the dig. And there's a big swing down the line from Good. Spartans on the board. Heading back to serve here is Crummy. That ball is passed up. And there's a big block in the middle. Spartans with that point as well. Heading back to serve once again here is Crummy. That ball a little bit too tight for the setter to get to on the Lynx side. Spartans kill. That float going into the top of the tape, and that is going to be a point for the Lynx side. Heading back to serve here now is Savoy. Float serve, passed up by Crummy. Set to the middle, tipped over by Huggard. And there's an attempted dump, but the huge block of Good in the way. That is going to be a Spartans point. Heading back to serve here is Good. Jump float. And that one is going to sail just outside the boundaries of the court. Point going to Lynx. Serving the ball here is Chamberlain. Passed up by Good. Set to the left. Picked up by the hands of Gallagher. He's going to tip it over. And it looks like we're going to see a carry lift call from the head referee, Matt Hartland. That ball going into the top of the tape. That is going to be a point for the Spartans. And that ball is passed up by Chamberlain. And there is a big swing and block. Mills is going to win that battle. At the net, back to serve. Here's Charlton. That ball is passed up. And there is a roll shot looking to go over by Latin, but that one just hitting the top of the tape. Charlton with the serve, and it is going to be a service ace. Spartans with that point. 9 serving 3 here in the early goings of this first set, and we're going to see a timeout by the Lynx side. Both teams back on the court. A big serve there from Charlton. But the Lynx keeping it alive, putting a free ball over. That ball set to the left. A big swing, but into the top of the block. That is going to be a point for the Lynx. Chasson back to serve here for Lynx. Float serve. That ball is passed up. And an attempted save there from Charlton, but a little bit too much of a carry on that one as that one came straight from the chest. So that is going to be a point for the Lynx. Chasson back to serve. Float serve, passed up. Set behind him to the middle. And there is a deep tip over, and that is going to land in the court. A smart play there from the middle of the Lynx. Back on the line, serving the ball here is Chasson. Jump float. And there is a big up by Charlton and chase down from Crummy and free ball put over top of the blocker. And going up to block that ball is Mills, but it looks like he was reaching a little too far over and is going to be called on a violation for that block. Chasson back to serve. 7 serving 9. Float serve, and it is going to be a service ace. Chasson back to serve. Jump float, and that ball is passed up. Set to the left, free ball put over from Gallagher. Picked up by Savoy. Swing in the middle. Hand dig from Good. And there's a big swing from Gallagher. Lynx with the digs. A deep shot from Savoy. And another big rip at that ball by Gallagher. That one going out of bounds, and that is going to be a Lynx point. But a nice rally there between both teams. Chasson with the serve. And that ball landing just outside the boundary of the court. Point Lynx as they take a lead here now 10-9. Chasson with the jump serve. Passed up by Gallagher. An athletic try and save there from Crummy, but he is going to get called with a double contact on that one. And we're going to see a timeout called by the Spartans coach. Both teams back on the court. Chasson with the serve for Lynx. Passed up by Huggard. And a good try there from Crummy, but that one coming off of his hands with a little bit of spin. And Lynx now pulling ahead by the serving of Chasson. Another big serve, passed up. Free ball put over. And a big block there by Godin. He and his squad are going to get fired up for that one. Chasson with that big serve, taking out the passer, and that is going to score. Chasson still back at the line here for the Lynx. Looking to inch them closer to the 20-point mark. Jump float, and that one landing just outside the boundary of the court. That is going to be a point going to the Spartans and sending number 4 Gallagher back to serve. And that ball is passed up, set to the middle, a free ball tipped deep into the corner of the court. And once again, Latin knows exactly where to put it on the Spartans' defense to score. And that serve going deep and out of bounds. Spartans now with the serve. Mills with the serve. The ball passed up, set to the middle. Free ball thrown over by Chamberlain. Tip, block. A joust, and that ball still alive by the Lynx defense. Set out to the left and swinging at that ball and out of bounds is good. And Lynx playing some resilient defense to keep that ball alive. And that's going to send them back to the line to serve. Goldane back to serve. And that ball is passed up by Gallagher. Chased down by Crummy. Set out to the left. A free ball thrown down the line. And Lynx trying to get that one up. We're going to see a carry call on that. Almost managed to get a fist on that one with that save. But the Spartans are going to win that point. And that is a big serve from Crummy. Barely just trickling over the top of the tape. What a float. Jump float. Passed up. Lynx with the free ball thrown over. A swing in the middle off of the hands of the block. Free ball pushed deep by Chamberlain. Set out to the left. There is a tip. It is dug up by the defense. Swing cross court. Gallagher with the dig. And a good fake out there in the middle from the Spartans. Huggard with the tip. Swing kill. Back on the line is Crummy, your setter for the Spartans. Jump float. That ball is passed up by Latang. And a big rip in the middle, just hitting the top of the tape, but a good try there from Chamberlain. Back on the line is Crummy, jump float. That ball's passed up. Set to the left, and there is a swing cross court. And a back set there to Huggard, that 60 step for the kill. Crummy with the jump float. And that one is just going to float itself right out of bounds. Now 17-16. A good comeback there from the Spartans. Lynx now looking to serve the ball. Back on the line here is Savoy. Float serve. Passed up by Mills. Chased down by Charlton. And a huge rip in the middle from Huggard. A nice job snapping the wrist to finish that swing. Good back to serve, all tied up at 17s. Jump float. That ball's passed up. Set to the middle, a jump tip deep, picked up by Mills. And there is a huge swing by Huggard, unfortunately landing right outside the red paint. But still something to smile about. Lynx back on the line to serve. Here is Chamberlain. That one's going to sail long and out of bounds. Spartans point as these two teams trade points one by one to try and get to the 20 zone, all tied up at 18s. Back on the line, here's Huggard. Float serve, passed up. Set to the left. There's a big dig. Free ball put over from Charlton. And there's a swing in the middle from the Lynx's Lente, but there to block it is number 9, Mills for the Spartans. Huggard back to serve. And that ball is passed up. Set to the left. And there's a deep tip down the line from Chasson. And there is a big serve from the Lynx as they get to the 20-point first. Serving the ball is Theriot. That ball passed into the center. And the Lynx with a little bit of a tip touch there. Spartans getting that one. Back to serve here is Chasson. That ball is passed up and chased down by the Spartans. But the Lynx finding a way to win it. Chasson back to serve. And that ball is passed up by Huggard. And a couple of players just tripping over top of each other to try and set that ball. That is a Lynx point, and we are going to see a timeout called here as it is 23 serving 20 for the Lynx. Both teams back on the court. Chasson back to serve here for Lynx. 23 serving 20 in the first set of this gold medal match. Jump float. That ball's passed up by Huggard. Set to the middle. There's a big swing off of the block. A nice shot by Lynx recovering it. Free ball tipped deep. Picked up by the hands of Good. And a free ball deep in return from Crummy. A left side swing now cross court. Spartans defense keeping the ball up. Set in the middle. Huggard with the dig, and there it is. There is a big swing there from Mills for the kill. Back to serve. Here's Gallagher. That ball is passed up. Set to the left, free ball looking to come over, but it is just going to hit the top of the tape, and that is going to be another Spartans point. Just trailing by 1 here now, 22 serving 23. Back on the line to serve. Here is Gallagher. Jump float. That ball is passed up, set to the middle. Tipped into the block, picked up off of the block, set out to the left, tipped down the line for Spartans. Lynx with a good save. Spartans with a save in return. That ball set out to the left, a free ball deep, picked up by the hands of Huggard. Set out to the left, and there's a big swing down the line for good. And his team is going to get fired up for that one, as they're all tied up at 23s. Both teams making an impressive save apiece. Back to serve here is Gallagher. Jump float. And it is almost up and over, but just falls onto their own side. And now it is 24-23. And we've got a timeout from both teams back on the court. Gallagher with the serve. It is passed up and over and out of bounds, and the Spartans find a way to come back into that set and take it. 25-23. Don't go anywhere, folks. That's just the first set. There's so much more action to be played here to see who is going to claim the gold medal. Both teams back on the court here. The Spartans taking that first one, not by a lot though, 25-23. Both teams are back on the court. The lineups are going to be checked. And then we're going to continue the action here to see who is going to get crowned with a gold medal and a national champion banner. And it looks like the Spartans are going to start us off with a serve. Back on the line, here is Crummy. Jump float. That ball's passed up. And we'll see a little bit of a joust at the net there. And it looks like that blocker is going to be called over top of the net. A violation. Point going to Lynx. Back to serve. Here's Arsenault. Float serve. And that one is going to float inside the court right between two passers. Service ace. Arsenault back to serve. That ball dropping short. And there's a big swing high off of hands. Lynx with a good touch. And unfortunately, hard to jump over top of the body to get the second one. Well, that's going to be a Spartans point there on the board now. One serving, two back on the line is Abernathy. And that ball's passed up. And there's a swing high off of the blocker's hands by Chasson. Back to serve after that kill is Chasson. Jump float. And it is going to be a service ace. Chasson back to serve. And it is another service ace. Jump float. And no one there to pass the ball. Another service ace point going to the Lynx team. Chasson back to serve. Jump float passed up by Crummy. Set into the middle. There's a big swing from the middle. Lynx keeping that ball alive. Now a left side swing. Trying to turn that ball down the line is Odo, but that one is going to hit the net. Chasson back to serve for the Lynx now. Pulling away here 7-1. Jump float. And that ball's passed up by Crummy. Set out to the left to tip over top of the blocker. And throwing that ball down. Number 11 for the Spartans. That is Metzler. And after that throwdown showdown, he is going to head back to serve. Metzler with the serve, passed up by Chasson. And it is dumped over, and it looks like that dump is going to find a way to score. Point going to Lynx. And back to serve here is Vinot. That ball is passed up. Set to the middle. There's a big swing from Mills. Free ball tipped over. And a good save there from Mills. Spartans once again going to the middle. That ball's put over. And there it is. Mills winding up to rip at that ball, and that is going to put it away. Point Spartans. Back to serve here is Gallagher. And a great save there by the Lynx, and it is inbounds. Right side set, Crummy down the line, picked up by Vinot. Swing down the line, picked up by the defense of the Spartans, and a free ball just tipped over. Lynx finding a way to keep it alive. A ball dug up, set to the middle, tipped over top of the blocker, and that is going to score. Point Spartans. Heading back to serve is Gallagher. Dribbling it over the top of the tape. Lynx with the dump. It is blocked, and that is going to score. Crummy with that block. Jump float into the top of the tape. Point Lynx. Serving the ball here is Godin. And that ball is passed up. Brought back into the court. Free ball over from Mills. Passed up by Vinot. Set out to the left. Looking to tip that ball over is the Lynx left side. But that one not quite making it over top of the tape. Back on the line with the serve is a doe. And that is a service ace. That ball is passed up. Set to the left. There is a big tug at that ball, but a little too big. That one's going to go out of bounds. Spartans point as they climb back into this one now. 8 serving 9. Back on the line is Ado. That ball passed up. And a little bit of help call there from the Lynx setter, but no one there to get it. That is going to be a point for Spartans, all tied up at 9s. Jump float. And that one just sailing over the top of the tape. Hard to see if that one was even going to go over, but it does. Spartans ace. Float serve. That ball is passed up. Set to the left side of the court. Free ball over. And that free ball is going to score. Serving the ball here for Lynx is Otier. And that one is going to go right out the side of the court. Spartans back on the line. It is a point-for-point battle now here in this second set for the gold medal. Mills with the serve. Lynx keeping it alive. A free ball over from Godin. That ball set to the right. Crummy putting the free ball into the court, but it did go on the outside of that antenna. A good call there by the lines official. That's going to be a Lynx ball. Back to serve here is LeBlanc. That one hitting the top of the tape. Point going to the Spartans. Float serve, and it is going to be a service ace for Crummy. And we're going to see a timeout called by the Lynx side. Both teams back on the court. Crummy with the serve. That ball is passed up, set out to the left. Chasson finding the line, but it is dug up by Crummy. There's a big swing from Abernathy on the left, and that is going to score, and his team loves that shot. Spartans getting fired up here, 14-11. Float serve. That ball is passed up and over. Set to the middle. That ball just tipped over the block, and that is going to score for Metzler. Back to serve still here is Crummy. Let's serve. And there is a big block from Metzler. A nice job not letting that ball go over the net, and we are going to see a timeout called here by the Lynx side. Both teams back on the court. Still serving the ball here is Crummy. And that ball is passed up by Chamberlain and swung out of the middle by Vinot, and he is going to get that kill to 5. Jump serve from Arsenault. Passed up. Set to the middle, and that ball just coming off a little too spinny there for Crummy. And that is going to be a point for the Lynx side. Back to serve here is Arsenault. Jump float. And that ball is passed up. But there to block it is Lynx's Vinot. Arsenault back to serve. That ball's passed up by Gallagher. He's going to get this set on the left, tipping it over into the pot, and that is going to score. And back to serve here is Abernathy. And that is a big serve, putting all his might behind that one. That is a service ace. Abernathy back to serve. And that ball is passed up. Set to the left. There's a swing cross court by Chasson, but that one is going to go out of bounds. Abernathy with the serve. That one hitting the top of the tape. That is going to be a point for Lynx, and that is going to send Chasson back to serve. 15 serving 19 here in the second set. The Spartans did take that first one just close by 2 points. And that ball is passed up by Mills. Set to the left, and there is a big swing down the line by Ado, and you could see that he was going to hit that with all that might with that dynamic approach that he had on that swing. Serving the ball here now is Metzler. That ball is passed up. Set over the net. Out left. And there's a huge swing in the seam for Gallagher. Perhaps the biggest swing we've seen this game. That's going to send Metzler back to serve again. 21-15. That ball's passed up and over. And the Spartan blockers both fighting to put that ball down. Float serve, that ball passed up. Set over into the pot, and that is going to score. A nice spot there from the Lynx's offense. Heading back to serve is Vinot. And that is a short serve, and a good try there by Crummy, almost beating the ball a little too quickly. That is a Lynx point. 17, serving 22. Back to serve again. Here's Vino. Crummy with the first contact. That ball set out left. Swing cross court, and it is going to land inside the boundaries of the court. Spartans with the kill. Back to serve is Gallagher, and it's a service ace. Gallagher back to serve. And it's another service ace. There you have it, folks. 25-17. The Spartans take it